Now back to the Brian Zimmerman Show. Here's Brian.
Hi, everyone. Brian here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Brian Zimmerman Show, where I share personal tell-all stories and revelations of my good and bad experiences in sales, music, and in radio. I want to talk today about a bad experience that I had a while ago while I was looking for a position. I was currently involved in a position, but it was supposed to be ending. And I had reached out to another company to see if they were going to maybe work together. And so I spoke with the CEO, and they then had me speak with this chief growth officer, who later on sent me a contract, an offer. But I told them I couldn't start when they wanted me to start because I was already involved in this other engagement. So I couldn't commit to that, so I had to put that on hold. When this engagement ended, I think it was about a month later, I reached back out to this growth officer, and we started talking again. And he then wanted me to talk to his boss, the VP of sales, which I did. It was a brief conversation. I think it went well. Sometimes you can never tell on these whether what they're really thinking. But I always assumed on the impression that I was just going to get hired within a few days or a week. A week or so went by, and nobody was getting back to me. So I reached out to the growth officer, and he said he was going to speak with the VP of sales today. And so then another 3 weeks went by, and I have not heard back from them. They weren't responding to my messages. I was asking them, any updates? Are you ready to pull the trigger? Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. Crickets. So they left me in the dark. They dropped the ball. I have no idea what happened. And I think it's unprofessional. It's inconsiderate. It's rude not to get back to somebody, especially when you reached out to the other guy, the VP of sales. He could have said, hey, we hired somebody else. Things are on hold. We'll get back to you next week. There's a million ways to keep somebody in a loop. But they failed at this. And they've already long ago, told me, or showed me rather, that this is a company and these are people I don't want to work for. I don't want to work with this company that leaves somebody in the dark like this. It's mind-boggling that we live in a society in an age today where there's and I texted him, by the way. I texted this guy, I emailed the guy, I called the guy. We live in a day and age where communication, there's so many different options to communicate with people today at your fingertips, but yet we fail to write 2 words, not interested, or next week or something like that, just to be courteous and respectful of your candidate and to show your professionalism. But it is what it is. That'll do it for me. If you're on YouTube watching this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.